There's a new Prince of Bel-Air in town and people are excited. And the reboot promises a lot more drama, even more insight into the life of its lead character, Will. So if you're a fan of the Bel-Air franchise, here's everything we know about the new Bel-Air series coming in February this year. First, let's look into the old Bel-Air. As you might already know, actor Will Smith portrayed the titular character on the original Bel-Air that was produced in the 90s. This was based on his own journey as a young kid from the black community who shifted from Philadelphia to Los Angeles, faced a new set of challenges in the new city. The show was insanely popular and received a lot of praise for representing the struggles of young people in the black community. Fans were also extremely sad when the show ended, and most of them have been hopeful for a reboot for a whole decade. If you're one of these fans, you'll be pleased to know that the Peacock series is set to give the original Bel-Air story a modern-day twist. Talks of a reboot first began after the release of Morgan Cooper's 2019 short film Bel-Air. In this movie, Cooper rethought Smith's life and the comedy shows a dramatic tale. Fans and critics appreciated how he focused on more serious aspects of young Smith's life and wanted this arc to be turned into a whole show. Cooper is clearly supportive of the idea because he believes that each character in the original show is extremely layered and their personal struggles deserved separate screen time. He even said, "We're really going to peel back the layers of these iconic characters. We're going to explore this world unforgettably. It's a show that's really going to surprise people in the best way possible." Next, big shoes to fill. Other showmakers have also highlighted that the reboot is so personal to Will and his journey as an artist, but it'll also give viewers a way to tap into the world they know now by getting us back to humanity. And since the show is extremely personal to Will, it's important that the new Prince of Bel-Air does justice to the character, and he's definitely got big shoes to fill. The new Bel-Air will star newcomer Jabari Banks as the young Philly native who must learn to navigate his way in the wealthy LA neighborhood of Bel-Air. You'll be happy to know that the Men in Black actor has already signed on to guide him. It's because Will Smith is excited to be a part of the reboot in whichever way he can. Who knows, he might even have a cameo in the show. Smith even told Banks that he had a big and fulfilling road ahead of him when he addressed the young actor in an August 2021 Instagram video. He also announced him as the show's lead in this video and told Banks that he was looking forward to being an asset for him during this process so that he could do justice to the show and his acting career. Banks immediately replied to the senior actor and told him how humbled he was to be acknowledged online by him. He also mentioned that he had always been incredibly close to the sitcom and considers it an honor to be a part of the much-awaited reboot. And just 3 months after this wholesome online conversation, Peacock dropped the first teaser for the Fresh series recently. What do the showmakers think? The showmakers have also stated that in the new show, Will's life will be more relatable to kids today. This is because Bel-Air is a coming-of-age story at its heart. It's a story that celebrates the strength and love of a little family, and the showmakers want to stay true to the original premise of the show. They also said that it was incredible to bring the show's iconic characters to life and apply them to the cultural pulse of current times. And since this series has been the fabric of so many of our upbringings and is tied to the joyful memories, it's important to stay true to the original story and also pay respect to the show's legacy. What is the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reboot about? If you're wondering what the reboot is all about, you're not the only one. Fans have been storming social media with questions about the reboot ever since the news of its release came out. Thankfully, the show's official synopsis is now out, and it reads, set in modern-day America, Peacock's new one-hour drama series Bel-Air imagines the beloved sitcom Fresh Prince of Bel-Air through a new, dramatic take on Will's complicated journey from the streets of West Philadelphia to the gated mansions of Bel-Air. The synopsis also adds that as the two different worlds collide, Will learns to navigate tough emotions as he's faced with all kinds of conflict in a new world that's different from everything he's ever known. So it's evident that the show has got a connection to its roots, as it's also produced by the original Fresh Prince, Will Smith, who was inspired by Cooper's short film and his work on the series. Smith even shared the trailer of Cooper's film on social media, had nothing but praise for his work. He mentioned how Cooper uploaded a fan-made trailer for the show around 3 years ago where he envisioned the Fresh Prince as a drama in the modern day. Now his dreams quite literally coming true. Who's in the original show? The original NBC sitcom ran from 1990 to 1996 with Will Smith as its lead. In the show, Smith leaves Philadelphia and moves to Bel-Air to live with his rich aunt and uncle, Vivian and Philip Banks, and their 3 children, Carlton, Hillary, and Ashley. The rest of the much-loved original cast featured the family butler, Jeffrey, Will's best friend and support system, Jazz, and Will's mom, Viola Smith. Will's dad also had some cameo appearances in the show, but his appearances in the story were limited because he was an absent father who didn't take much time out to spend with his son in the story. Will's love interest in the show was Lisa Wilkes, and they both shared some great chemistry together. Fans are also excited to see who Will's leading lady will be in the reboot and whether she'll have a prominent role in the show or not. Where will the show stream? Smith announced in September 2020 that Bel-Air received a 2-season order, so the showmakers have only decided on 2 seasons for now. And the only reason this happened was that the show had a fantastic pitch. Producers were willing to invest in it. But if everything goes well and the reboot is well received by the fans, they might decide to add more seasons to it. It's also been decided that the first season of the show will premiere on Peacock in February 2022. Showmakers and producers have officially confirmed that whenever Bel-Air makes its way to viewers, it'll do so through the Peacock streaming service. Did you know that NBCU-owned service features an entirely free version that allows viewers to watch all popular shows and movies? Well, there's a catch when it comes to the Bel-Air reboot. It's part of Peacock Originals, and if you want to watch those, you'll need a subscription to Peacock Premium. What's the new cast like? The streaming service recently announced its stars for the reboot, which includes Banks as the main character, Will. This announcement was made in September 2021, and the service also announced the names of the supporting cast members accompanying Banks in the show. Adrian Holmes and Cassandra Freeman will play Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv, while Ali Sholatan, Coco Jones, and Akira Akbar will portray their children, Carlton, Hillary, and Ashley, in the show. Difficult to miss out on Jeffrey the butler when you're making a reboot of The Fresh Prince, and Jimmy Akingbola has been cast for that role. Jordan L. Jones will play Will's best friend Jazz, and Simone Joy Jones will be the love interest named Lisa. Who are the producers? It was announced that Will Smith and his wife Jada Smith own Westbrook Studios, which is teaming up with Universal Television to produce the series. This is why Smith, Cooper, Newsom, and Brady are all executive producers on the project. Other important producers include Terrence Carter, James Lasseter, Miguel Melendez, Malcolm Spellman, Quincy Jones, Benny Medina, Andy and Susan Borowitz. And finally, what's the release date? If you're wondering when the show's finally coming out, Smith and his team announced that new episodes will begin streaming on Sunday, February 13. In January 2022, the first trailer for the Bel-Air reboot was revealed. Peacock announced that the first 3 episodes will drop at once, so fans who were excited for the actual episodes to drop can mark their calendars for that day. What do you think? Will the new Bel-Air series be as good as the original one, or will it fail to impress Bel-Air fans? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time.